Okay, let's move on. So we have exposed our Apex classes as web services. Now we want to access that endpoint, that REST endpoints that have been created from an outside platform. Say you have a web server on Amazon Web Services or any other platform or Heroku, and you want to access this exposed Apex REST service from outside, from another server that is outside of Salesforce. We can use cURL to connect, okay? So basically this is the format, how you connect it, and I'm going to copy this and show you on my text editor. So I have prepared this, I have tested this first, so I'm gonna paste you the raw code. So first you have to define your password, your consumer key, not your password, well your password as well, but your consumer key, that's the first step. So how do you get your consumer key? So if you go to your Trailhead playground over here, go to your setup and go to app manager. We have created a connected app on the previous trail or previous module, which called record viewer. Remember here, record viewer, we have created, this is a connected app. And if you click here and view, here you should be able to see your consumer key. So copy that, which I did, which is, this is my consumer key. So your consumer key is your client ID, which I did copy that. So make sure you don't have any extra spaces or extra line when you copy and paste, because that is what happened when I was copying and pasting. It add extra space or extra line, which then break the connection. Okay, make sure it's really tidy, no extra space, no extra connection, and pay attention to this quotation mark. So the client ID equals is enclosed by these two quotation mark. It's within this quotation mark. Remember, you don't delete it or mess it up. Okay, then the client secret, next is the client secret here, your consumer secret. You get that from the same place here, consumer secret, click to reveal, and then just copy that as well, like that, copy. Okay, once you copy that, paste it on your text editor and paste it here. Make sure there is no extra spaces, there is no extra line, and it's all complete, like here, like so, client secret. So it starts with F0 for mine and ends with C4. You double check that, right? And then username. Next is your username, your Trailhead playground username. Where did you get that from? From users here, from here, users. And then your username here, your Trailhead playground username. You get that from that. The next part is your password, right? What is your Trailhead playground password and security token? Okay, so you combine them together. So if you don't know your Salesforce Trailhead playground password, you can reset it by doing that, reset password. So if you reset your password, it will go to your email address where you define here, and then you can reset your password. Make sure you know your password. So this is my password after I reset it, so you can see this is my password, Trailhead 2020. So you combine the password and the security token. So if you don't know your security token, you can reset it as well. From here, the gear icon, and then you go to, not the gear icon, your icon here, and then you go to settings, and then you can search for security, reset my security token. So if you hit that, your security token will be sent to your email address, which you set on your playground. All right. So then you will get your security token. So there you have it. So you have all of it. So you can get your consumer key first here. Oh, come on. Consumer key, consumer secret from the connected app, your username, your playground username, and then your password and security token combined. So this is my password, Trailhead 2020, and this is my security token. You combine them together. So there you have it. So you have the whole connection where you can get your session token. So you copy that. Now the tricky part is you have to have cURL installed in your computer. I'm not gonna have that shown in this video, but you have to be able to install that yourself as a developer. Google how to install cURL on your Windows or on your Mac. I'm gonna do it from a server here. So this is my server. Once you actually have all the credentials, just do that and hit enter. Boom. There. At the bottom here, you have your access token. Okay, this is the whole thing here. At the bottom here is your session ID, or it's called access token. So that's how you get your access token. So once you get your access token, we can do the next part, which is this part. Yeah. So for example, you want to get your case record ID, right? And get this information. Say you want to pull from your Python code or your PHP code on your web server, and you want to just play around with Salesforce data, and you have an Apex REST service exposed, ready to go. And this is how you access them with cURL. First, get your access token, and with that access token, you can manipulate the data. And by connecting to this exposed Apex REST service. So for this example, we are going to go to cases here, cases, and Bigfoot sighting on the top here. Now we have this record ID, right? This is the record ID. So copy that record ID, and then I'm going to go back to my trail first on here. So if I copy this whole thing here, so this is the actual format, boom, right? But then you have to change your instance.salesforce.com with the actual URL of your instance. You get that from your previous tab here. This is your instance URL. See, you get that? Now you can just copy this whole thing here, your instance URL from the previous tab, and paste that onto here, this whole instance URL. Until this part, boom, add a slash, right? And then you put the record ID over here, and then your session ID over here. So if I get my record ID from the Trailhead again, the top here, my case ID, I'm going to copy that from my playground to here, my case ID over here. And then my session ID, which I get from my previous tab, which is this long session ID here. I'm going to copy that again. So SZ, and then start with 00. So this is my session ID, right? Boom. So it's basically the same as I have before. It doesn't change, SZ, and then it starts with 00. So if I copy this whole code and paste it again onto my terminal here, I'm going to clear this out first so it's not at the bottom. So I'm going to boom like that. See, is there any extra spaces, any weird things going on? Looks good. And hit enter. There we have it. So we got the case record details, and we can play around with this data. So you can just code it however you like it. So that's how you access your Apex REST endpoints from any other platform, from your Heroku platform, Amazon Web Service, from your local or computer, and so on. Okay, pretty straightforward, right? Okay, let's move on. So now we can also do an update data with custom put or patch method. So here is the put method from our case manager class. This is what it's going to do. It's going to upsert a case and just upsert the case. So to try this out, we can use our workbench and then go to services, Apex REST / cases. So I'm going to go here and then I'm just going to close this guy here. Services, Apex REST cases. I'm going to copy this and then it's going to be a put request, and the body would be this one. So we are going to put the record ID from the case. Okay, so I'm going to first copy this and then get my record ID from here, which is the Bigfoot sighting. So what we are updating is, I think, the priority. Right now it's low. We are going to change that to medium, right? So I paste this and boom, and that's it. Execute. If I see raw response, it's just returning the record ID. But if I refresh this now, we should have the priority medium. There, it's changed. So that works as expected. That's how you try your put request there. So now patch. What is the difference between put and patch? Put you are doing upsert, while patch you are doing update. Okay, you're just updating the case. So we are basically wanting to run this method from the case manager. So same thing, but we just want to change it to a patch method instead of a put. I'm going to copy this again. It's a patch method, and I'm going to just, so now the priority is going to be high. Okay. Oh, we have to put the record ID on there because it expects the record ID on here. Boom. And then high. Execute. Show raw response. Looking good. Double check over here. Refresh. Now it's high. So it's pretty straightforward, right? Okay, now how do you test your Apex classes? So let's create our case manager test Apex class first. I'm going to close my workbench. We are done with the workbench and go to the gear icon, developer console. We are going to create a new case manager, a new Apex class, which is case manager test. File, new Apex class, case manager test, hit OK. And then I'm going to copy the codes and paste the codes here. Boom. Save it. And then you can run the test. Boom. Test run. Looking good. If I scroll up here, case manager 100%, right? So basically, to do a test for Apex web service, you just need to define this part here, the REST request part, right? And then just do it like you do a regular Apex class test. You basically call all the available methods, right? Case manager get case by ID, and then case manager create case. This is the create case. Delete case. Where is the create case? This case. Yeah, here, create case, right? And then this is the delete case here, over here, delete case. Basically, it's the same method you are doing like a regular Apex class, but you have to define your REST request. Okay, you can read more details about that over here. It's really straightforward, and that's pretty much it. So tell me more. feel free to read through this as well. And I'm going to do the challenge together with you on the next video. Bada bing, bada boom. Hit that subscribe button and explore new Trailhead grounds and learn to implement the most useful and popular apps on the Salesforce App Exchange. And do yourself a favor, like this video, and you'll be surprised on how much more you understand when watching this same video after liking it. Don't take my word. Watch this one more time after you like the video and see it for yourself. Bada bing, bada boom.